It's Friday, March 17th. This is a midday SPY report, almost 3 hours into trading here. You can see the SPY has started out to the downside. It took out the pre-market lows and followed through a little bit. It's made kind of essentially one push, pause, two pushes down. So I'm out of all my base hit kind of trades to the short side where I got short, up here on bar number 3 and used my morning session to take gains. Now we're kind of pausing and heading up a little bit. So anything could happen at this point. The key thing with the SPY is that we're just inside of yesterday. So don't forget that. Anything's possible here. We could rally all the way up and close green by the end of the day. I have no idea. At this point, though, what you're going to want to see for a continued downtrend is, first of all, we're likely to take out this high to stop at. People got shorted and are setting up stops. That's what the market does. It sets up liquidity so it could take out certain stops. You could obviously see coming down here, this is the obvious line here where people would have stops. So you'd think it's going to head up here for sure and take those out before possibly reversing down. Also, I have my fair value gap up in this area. But, I'm going to want to watch a 15-minute chart now and really see that it just kind of takes out stops and fails and has a red bar down and wants to test these lows again. If that's going to happen, it's still possible. But again, given that we're an inside day, I don't know for sure. Given that it's Friday, I don't know for sure. Given that the weekly chart is still technically up, even though we kind of look like we're failing in the morning, who knows by the end of the day where that's going to end up. So just kind of showing you that it was pretty, straightforward to try a short trade here, knowing you're kind of in an inside bar environment. But now when you watch the price action closely, I often talk about how I'm dealing with the morning moves, and that's kind of all I really care about for the most part. We had one push down, pause, second push down on an inside day. So there wasn't even necessarily a target to hit. If I go back, let me see if there was this is, you can see here, it's interesting. This is now, as I look at it, a fair value gap from yesterday right in here that I guess I should have paid more attention to, even though intuitively I was looking for two pushes down. Right in here is kind of where the market kind of exploded up. So that's a logical place for it to pause. So that's what it's doing here now in this gap. It doesn't mean it's going to reverse all the way back up. I would think you're going to take out stops up here and at some point and chop around. Then the question is, are you going to roll over to the downside before it ends? So I don't know. But the main thing is this was a day to take the gains here early in the morning. You targeted, the inside bar. Once you saw the downward move, once you saw this pre-market low, didn't immediately bounce up. You kind of suspected a little bit of follow through. You could see here on the chart, this would be a logical area to follow through to. Now we just have to see as the afternoon rolls on, do we kind of just come up here, fail, and maybe start lower for a whole push down to turn this into a really negative day? Or do we just end up with kind of an inside day before it's all over, or maybe even a reversal to the upside? We're just going to have to watch price action.